All right. How's it going out there? Episode 91. Holy shit, we out there. We got a guest tonight. Batter up. Aaron's backstage. And Stan couldn't be with us tonight, but the homie Vance, he stepped up and he's going to co-host with me tonight. But let's get into the joke of the week. What do you call a tent full of lesbians? A finger hut. I thought that was pretty funny. You know, my sense of humor is kind of messed up. But what's up, homie Vance? How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. Ken, how you doing, brother?
We're doing all right.
Nice.
Drinking man of the hour. What's up, Aaron? How's it going, dude?
What's going on?
Doing good. How are you guys?
We're awesome. Who we got out there this evening? Zombie double dipping in there first. What's up, dude?
Sure did.
I'm not using my mouse for some reason. I want to touch this little space, but we're back to right. I remembered I got a mouse. What's up, Shauna? Thanks for coming in. I'm double dipping, of course. You know I double dip. Sammy, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming.
Sammy?
Look, he's new at it. He double dips. We like him.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? Brother Bosa, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. Good vibes your way. What else we got in here? Going on. There's Will. 217 Will, one of the sponsors. What's up, dude?
Amish Will.
Appreciate your continued support. Yeah, Amish Will. So I want to ask you about that. If we get through this. We'll see, because I asked him and he said why they call him Amish Will. So now I'm going to ask you why you call him Amish Will. But Brave, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming in. There's a homie Jay from Greenline. What's up, dude? If you're out there voting for the 15 minutes of lame, my buddy Jay, he's running, but Sammy's running too. So I got to throw Sammy's name out there because Sammy's cool as shit as well. But either vote for Sammy or Jay. You know, do them guys a solid. Good people in the community. 15 minutes of lame. Go vote.
That's right.
James Perry, what's up? Thanks for coming in.
One vote every 24 hours.
Well, see, you could vote on your phone and then come over and vote on your computer. So you can get twice. Or if you have 2 or 3 phones. I was there sitting there messing around with my daughter today. And I was like, hey, vote for Jay on your phone. And then she did her first one, and she whipped out her second phone and started doing it. I'm like, oh, wow. So you got 2 devices, one for each device. So any device you have, you can go vote. Jay's like in third
your IP address.
Now. Let's get him up there. Vote for Jay. That's what I say. Hey, I was a poet. What's up, Fries? Chris out there in Australia. Good day, mate. Got the Morse fan out there. John from Moore Ford. What's going on?
What's up, John?
What's up, Nathan? Seen you around. Nice to see you in here.
What up, Nathan?
Naughty Nate.
Naughty Nate. There's another Nate that runs around NKCZ. I think that's what it is. We call him Nasty Nate.
Yep.
What's up, Blakers? Thanks for coming in.
What up,
the auction we held for Stan last year, it just came out. I was sitting there auctioning the stuff, and I was like, Nasty Nate takes the bid, and it's just stuck ever since. What's up, Cap? Cap City.
What's up, Rich?
Thanks for coming in, Richie.
What's up?
Yep.
I think we're about caught up. Let me check. Yep, we're all good. So, Aaron, how's it going, dude? Like, introduce yourself, where you're from, how long you've been doing this. Anything cool about yourself that you want to tell us? Now's the chance. What do you got? What's up?
I'm Aaron. I'm from Mattoon, Illinois. We're dead center, Chicago, St. Louis, Indy. So we're right in the middle of everything. You got Naughty Nate, you got Amish Will. We're all right here, 1 20-mile circle. Well,
nice.
Amish Will went up to Chicago, but we're all right here. So, I'm a mailman by day, and then we come home. We got the snakes, we got the rodents. We kind of keep busy doing everything between the kids. They play baseball, softball. That's where the name came from. We traveled all over pretty much the nation almost playing right now.
Wow.
So we got a 12-year-old in baseball, a 10-year-old in softball. And it's just when April hits, you don't see us at shows anymore. It's about April till about end of
Fall
July.
season.
We're gone. And then we come back out.
I
Fall
was in
season.
baseball when I was in Little League and Colt
And it never
League and
stops.
stuff.
We practice,
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing like it is now. Like, I mean, these tournaments, like these local and national tournaments and stuff.
Well, we'll start in January, and it'll be practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. We drive one hour there and 1 hour back. It adds up real quick.
What's up, Rudy? Oh, I bet. I mean, you got to be committed for sure. I mean, that's cool though. From being a kid that did sports, it would have been nicer if they had it.
It's fun.
I mean, we got 2 tournaments away from going to the Little League World Series, and we didn't even leave the Pittsburgh area. You know what I mean? We was like a half hour, 45 minutes from each other, and we was like 2 tournaments away, 2 or 3. I can't really remember. And then the team that won it that knocked us out, they got threw out because they had 15-year-olds on our team. And we didn't get to go because it was too late, and our representatives got disqualified. Should have been us.
Right.
That happened when I was 12, and I'm still salty about it. I'm 46.
Hey, don't feel bad. I was kind of there too.
We've done when we were 8. I took a team from Champaign. We took our Illinois team to the Indiana State Championship, and actually, out of 17 teams, we went to the championship game and lost over there. But it was like all the Indiana teams were all surrounding it, just cheering for us to lose. And it's just been I coached from when my son was 5 until the last year. Then we've joined other teams to get rid of having the dads involved, and it's been awesome. It's been good for me. I get to sit there and watch him play now, and it's just me and him. So it's been fun.
Right.
It's been a lot of fun. I think last summer we went to Myrtle Beach for national and got second. So
nice.
It's been just seeing your kid do something that he's good at and he loves. It's been worth it for us.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So this collection you have going on, I mean, you was talking to us backstage, and you said that you provide rats for Levance.
Yeah, when we started, we were buying our rats local, and then between Naughty Balls Nate, he got us in our rat racks, and he had a deal set up. He was delivering them for a while to Levance, and now in the last, I think I've been delivering to Levance for probably 2 to 3 years now, and we take them up weekly, bi-weekly. Whatever I make extra, it doesn't go to anybody else but Levance. It's he's taken care of us so good, and he's been a great person to us.
What's up, fat man?
There's our buddy Chris.
There's trouble. When an ornery guy comes rolling in on a wheelchair, it just says there's trouble. I mean, just you can't. I haven't even got to meet him yet, but I already picture it in my head. It's already pictured out.
It's been, I want to say I've been talking to Chris for probably 3 or 4 years. I'm a mailman, so I listen to podcasts every day, just cruising around in the country. And, between him, MJ, all you guys, and we listen to him all day. So it's been fun. And he's been one of those guys that he would always talk right back. Chris has been one of those guys he'll give you the information, even though he don't even deal with snakes right now.
Right.
So.
Nice.
So yeah, we've built a pretty good collection, and we do a lot of shows. I want to say the next 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to show almost every weekend. Just from St. Louis, we'll go to Indiana the next weekend. So we were in Chicago, I think last weekend. So we try and keep pretty busy with it.
Nice. So you got like 2 seasons. You got ball season and snake season.
2 ball seasons, what it ends up being, ball season and then ball season. But yeah, it stays busy. And then year round sending them rats.
So I bet you've gotten some nice stuff from Levance for the rats.
He is taken care of us very well. Him and Wesley, they'll message us. They'll take care of Carson. We'll go up there and hang out, meet him. And Wesley and Levance always get out. CEO, he gets out. We'll talk to him about stuff. When we go to Tinley, Carson's like, hey, let's go over there and see Levance. So it's been a great thing for us since day one. It's put us where we are now, and it's just getting better.
Heck yeah.
That's good.
Anything you want to show off? I want to see some of this stuff.
I think what a lot of people know us for right now is what we're working with is the rainbow. We started our first rainbow clutch was actually we put a Krypton hypo boy to a rainbow hypo girl. So now we've got the quad heads just sitting there. They're all the way up to, I think, about 800, 900 grams.
Sweet.
Yeah, rainbow's
one of our
cool.
visuals. This is one of our visual rainbow. It's head hypo. Let's see. Get a good angle here. So she is probably 300-400 grams right now. So we went on this clutch. I think we produced 3.1, and this one's got disco pin, rainbow head hypo. So nice. I like what the hypo's doing. So what we've been doing, actually, I've got a clutch right now in the incubator that is it'll be double head pied rainbow. I don't know if you guys saw Canova's video this week from when they were, where was he, in Europe or something, and the guy hit the rainbow pied. So right now I've got 5 eggs in the incubator that should be out this week. That'll be double heads.
Nice.
We've got another clutch that should be laying in the next couple weeks. That'll be from a Wookiee clown to a rainbow hypo. So I'm trying to get some more genes in there. And then we'll, let's see, here's this is my favorite one we produced this year. He's got all of his cocoa stuck to him. Here's another rainbow boy we produced. And this one's actually probably 400 now, but it's got the pin coming through. Let's see. He's flipping over the other way.
All right. Well, you're new around here.
This one. This one, it colors up. It's purples and oranges.
So you're new. When we hit 20, they get the truffle shuffle. And it was just funny to see your facial expression in the background. Like, what the fuck is this? Love it. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Yeah, that was getting a hold of me here.
It's getting you, trapping you.
So if we got, this is actually a brand new room. It just got finished. We were actually, when we found out about this, I had to go over to ARS and actually buy a brand new wheelbase for my 5040. So we actually have a desk. So right here where the laptop is. So we've been putting this all together in the last week. So we had a brand new wall. This is actually used to be our dining room. We split it in half, put a brand new wall up behind us. new doors, everything, just so we have a new snake room, and then it's increased us a lot of room, and it's been nice. I got more playroom now.
Got more playing room. What do you want to fill that with? What's your plans?
Yep. Well, I just when we went to the St. Louis NARBC, my biggest thing was actually when we went to Tinley, I wanted a lychee. So I just got my first, right now we're actually the terrarium. We got crested geckos in the old snake room. We're getting ready to move them all over. We're just moving stuff slowly. I'm wanting a mini 130. That's the plan, probably the beginning of the new year, because I probably got another 15 to 20 girls delay. They're all building. We should probably have another 4 on the ground in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Nice.
What clutches? And I think we've had 16 on the ground this year. We will have my Wookiee clown we should have some Wookiee Batmans.
Nice.
Some True Ghost, I think, was supposed to lay. I got a bell clutch. We do a lot of I'm one of those guys that we look at our demographic, and one of the biggest things is like anywhere else, bells and pies. You got to be able to pay for them tables. One of those, you got to have your cheaper end snakes get around. And if you sell anything else, it's all profit. So I'm always looking at, we're going to do Terre Haute, which is a smaller show. You'll have less than 1,000 people through. So, and then we'll do like the show me shows. Those, you can sell bigger snakes there, but for the most part, you got to have something that's going to sell.
Right.
So I'm trying to think of who else is going to lay.
Oh, Josh, what's going on, dude?
Monarch G-Stripe, that's getting close, I think.
Monarch G-Stripe. Ooh. Auction coming up this weekend. Keep your eyes out for it. 6 o'clock Saturday. I believe we have 21 items right now.
Nice.
Any last minute ones coming in? Hit me up. I got a couple other people that said they had some things.
So here's our Monarch
tomorrow. Yeah. All right, so that's the Monarch G-Stripe.
So my goal is actually next year I want to put the
Yep, he's freezing now.
I was wondering if that was me or.
So that's
he's freezing
a visual Monarch G.
Bummer.
It's a Monarch.
Here, you want me to go to my phone real quick?
I mean, it don't matter, dude. I mean, it is what it is. We don't get excited around here. But yeah, that's just some different stuff. Like, I mean, yeah, he's switching. But seeing just like other people's different spin on things, like, I'm trying to do green ghost stuff, and I got a couple genes that aren't typical genes that like only 5 or 6 people have, like at least on Morph Market. I'm sure it might be 20 to 30.
Right.
But it's just weird to put your different spin on it, or not weird, but cool to see other people's different spins.
Right. Different mix of things and
see where their mind goes to.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do is like I have stuff that it'll bring me some pretty nice heat, but I'm even looking at a few other genes to sit there and step it up even another notch. Like it's going to separate, and make that big difference too.
I know it's a pain in the ass, but I'm not just saying, not even me, but write your collection down, like, type it down or whatever in a text message or whatever, and send it to someone else and be like, put your eyes on it. Turn your phone so you have a full screen. You know what I mean? Get someone else's eyes on your collection so they might see something that you don't, that you're missing.
Right.
So I learned I need to get that Ethernet cable.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We don't get excited, but I tell you, your phone's doing much better.
Oh yeah,
Showing the snakes, it was pixelated and it looked like crap. I mean, the genes were impressive, but the pictures wasn't. So it didn't matter.
So did you guys get to see the Monarch, or do you want me to bring it back out?
You could bring it back out.
Yeah.
Because that was interesting and it kept pausing.
I'd like to see that rainbow again too.
Yeah, the rainbows would be nice. Yeah, see, that's much better.
So that's the Monarch G-Stripe. So the goal is within the next. So I've got her to my double het boy now. I got a Monarch G-Stripe boy.
Right.
So my goal is next year I actually want to get the rainbow into this. So
Nice.
then we could see what the Monarch and the rainbow do together.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, my mind's doing that with hypo. Since I'm working in the Green Ghost line of hypo, I wanted to try to stack it. But I talked to someone that did it already, and they said you couldn't tell them apart. So it's not worth it.
So here's two different versions of the rainbow that we've made. So this one's got more of just the rainbow coloring, but it's also got pinstripe. So it's like a lighter, it's kind of like a lemon yellow is what I kind of compare it to. But
nice.
And he's done pretty good. He's growing. He's probably our biggest boy right now.
Oh yeah.
And then this one's my favorite. This is one I was trying to show earlier. So this one has definitely got an orange and kind of like the tangerine coloring on it.
Oh, yeah, them oranges are bright.
And now he is like just running. So yeah, he's got some bright oranges. So that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to figure out, what it would do possibly with, I'm going to put Wookiee in it and just see if we can put some other darkening colors. I'd like to see what Stranger would possibly do to it.
Exactly.
Right? So we've got, most of them are already had hypo. So we've been working with hypo in it. I've got cryptic in it, clown, pied. So all these, we're trying to combine them all together. I got another one that's just bright.
I don't know who wants a crazy monitor either.
Here's another version of it. So
sweet.
Yeah, and that one's like a white.
What's up, Mitzi?
Oh, so, that's the thing. A lot of people have had issues with the rainbow gene. I talked to Austin from Up Royal Highness, and they've had quad heads, and they tried breeding them, and every one of them came out dead. So we were talking to them about it, and there's been a lot of issues with. He was comparing it a lot to like a lot of line breeding, and that maybe they were just way too close. And so right now, a lot of our stuff I've made, like I've put more boys or different moms and dads, just trying to get them all together, and hopefully different clutches so we can get rid of a little bit of the line breeding. But there's a lot of people that have got it. Did you guys see the picture of Adam from Proper Royals today?
Yeah.
That thing is
crazy.
I was hoping to hit one. If I can get some of these girls up to size, and I've got a few of them that are just all quad head, but if I get one of them up to size, it would be awesome to see what some more of the rainbow clowns and rainbow hypo clown. There's so many things out there now.
Right.
And I think lately that gene has really been picking up. You're seeing more and more posts about it, and more people talking about it.
Yeah, so, I definitely think there's going to be a lot of rainbow stuff coming out. Like 2 years ago, it started hitting, just around the internet and stuff, people talking about rainbow. So people that picked up on it 2 years ago are now going to start producing.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that was the biggest thing. I think a lot of people were scared because they were hearing about the inbreeding and all that. And it's just taking, now they're starting to see, people are starting to hatch them, and I don't know if maybe a lot of people got worried because they had that desert gene, and you've had all the other supers like Spider and everything else that they were having all these issues. Maybe they were worried about it, but now that you're starting to see some of us producing them and, seeing the quality they have, it's like a banana that never goes bad.
Right. Backstage talk, that's just like what happens, like not on the air, but backstage talk, the issue with Rainbow came up, and
you got to put Inchy in it.
Yeah, you got to put Inchy in it for it to be able to breed, basically. Have you seen anything with like without Inchy that does?
I think all mine either are super Inchy or Inchy, but I want to say a couple of my babies that I've produced don't actually have the Inchy. I think they missed it. One of them's actually super Inchy. I was trying to see if the girl that I got breeding right now, I've got the rainbow hypo girl. She's super Inchy. So she was with the Wookiee clown. So I don't think it has anything really to do with the Inchy. I really honestly think that, and I've had a clutch right now that actually did come out, and all of them are dead from when they all popped their heads out and just never did anything else out from it. And they were all visuals. Yeah. So I don't know if it was, an incubation issue, but I've also had 2 full clutches now that I've had visuals out of. So and I've got, I don't know. I just think it was too much closeness, too many times people are trying to throw brothers to sisters. And so that's why I diversified, and I bought a male off of a Reptiles-Kenn. JT had one, and it was when he had his fire, he lost all of his females. So I actually bought his male, and I put him to 4 or 5 different girls, and we've done really good with it. And now I've actually moved him on because now I've got my visual boys.
Right.
So, but I've been taking them to shows. Everybody stops and they're looking at it, checking them all out. I've offered, trios. I've got a couple het rainbow girls. I got a visual boy. I've been trying to offer trios, and people are just like, wow. But I think still people are a little scared of it.
A little hesitant because,
Yep.
They just don't know what if it's going to be viable enough for them to overcome that initial cost of a visual. I mean, because the visual is still, what, $2-3 grand? You know what I mean? In some cases,
yeah, not more. Especially when they're adding on, we're stacking the genes on them now.
Head hypo, you know what I mean? So if you have a head on it, that that drives the price up. Sure.
Yeah, and I've got the visual. I've got a rainbow visual hypo sitting here, and she's breeding for me. The other girl was head hypo. She's breeding. So I just think it was more that we needed more people to start showing that we're getting the babies out of them. And now you're starting to see it, especially that one from Adam. That thing was stunning. Yeah. So just imagine when we throw Desert Ghost or Stranger, any of those main genes, it's just going to keep adding on to it.
Exactly.
That DG rainbow would be nice because, I mean, it was already lemon yellow. Could you imagine neon lemon yellow? I mean,
with hypo. It's like, and, and that's where I'm trying to look at, right now, if you're just getting into it or everybody's just really getting into it, you might already have your heads made up. A bunch of us already been working on our heads, but the people that are getting ready to join it, they're going to have to start at the bottom like we all did. So it's just going to be finding it. What do you think is going to work with an orange snake? This is your first chance to get a full-blown orange snake.
And like you said, putting those darkening genes in there and that hypo. Oh, man.
Well, I can pull her out. Here's so here's a 3,000 gram rainbow hypo. And she's, huge, and she's still, you can see all the alien heads, everything are just bright.
Yeah.
But she's a monster.
Yeah, that's a big girl.
Yeah.
Looking snake.
Well, if you've ever heard of anything you get from Levant, they're 3,000 grams, 4,000 grams. monsters. And that's just everything we get from them.
Right.
So straight fire, man. They feed good. I'm trying to think
they serve that name well.
Yes. I'm trying to think of who else we got that's pretty cool looking. Let's see.
So is that all you're working as rainbow?
No, we've got a lot of clown. We've got monarch. I've got ultramel also. You know, there's no ultramel monarch game. You know, we're doing the rainbow. Right. Here's one of our big clown girls. So I've been putting my Wookiee boy to her too. So this is Inchy Pastel Fire Spot Nose Clown. So, you know, or she's head clown, but we're going to put Wookiee into this and just see and it's a Wookiee leopard clown. So hopefully get some Batmans out of her, get some Fire Batman, Wookiee Batman.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
But like everything, seriously, anything you get from Straight Fire is going to eat, and they eat and eat and eat more. Yeah, it's crazy on what, you know, and he's a big mouse guy. You know, some of these girls will put down 10 to 12 mice every time we feed them.
Right.
It's getting the big mice too. Yeah, get them big mice.
Yeah, get them big mice.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's been I think this is year 5, going on year 5. We've been doing this. I think I was 2008. I bought my first corn snake, and then it was from a corn snake. Then we got another ball python and another ball python. You know, when I was in college in Indianapolis, I had a ball python in my closet because the dorm wouldn't let us have them. So they can't go in your closet. So we learned our lesson. We hid it in the closet on the day they did inspections. So and then got back to Illinois, bought another one. And now I got like 100, probably going close to 150, roughly.
What was that like first big dream snake that you wanted to hit? Like,
I really like the Xanthic Pieds. I want to change some stuff up in the Xanthic Pieds. I should probably have 2 or 3 clutches of it. Actually, I've never even made one yet. So this is my first year. I should hit a couple of them. So I want to see spot nose in it. I want to see. I've got an orange dream spot nose girl next year. I'm going to put my lightning. Hopefully, I hit a lightning pied and get them big enough. But I'd like to see what spot nose, orange dream. I like the black and white snakes. We got some true ghost stuff also we're working with. We'll have few clutches of Mojave true ghost this year. Last week I hatched out. I bought a double head sunset clown from Jersey Guys Balls, and then I put it to a Mojave. So we got some. Hopefully, I went 3.3 on it, so hopefully we can get some girls built up. I'd like to see what Rainbow does in sunset. You know, that's one of the benefits. You know, you can start growing them now and keep building it up, and hopefully get on the front of the line instead of 10 years behind on everybody else.
Exactly.
Right. Instead of grasping onto straws, trying to hit something amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know the Pompeii, 2 years ago, $18,000. Now they're down to $8,000. I saw sunsets at Tinley for $800 and $1,200 for a female that was like 600-700 grams. So, so right now you got to find
it's fast. Like if you're not into something right on
from the start, and if someone hits it and it becomes popular and you don't have the stuff to breed that season, you're behind the ball. Because you might have a year.
Well, you got a Genetic Genesis. They're over there in St. Louis. So I got a boy from them that is a brother to a Pompeii. So I watch what they sell a lot. And the last Tinley we went to, they had one snake, and I was like, what the hell is that? And it was a Hydra clown. It had butter in it and a few other genes, but that Hydra gene. And I was talking to them about it, and they're like, well, it's a Ben Rennick snake in the long run. And they were talking about it. There's only 3 or 4 guys that had the access to it at the beginning. And, they're talking about it. It's them, Bob Vu, their buddy, I believe it was Matt, and Justin. And it's like, just imagine, it's just like the cosmos. As soon as somebody says something, that Hydra clown was beautiful. And that was one that I was like, it's just, they're right there on that front line of that snake. Right. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we just got to wait for that Hetflix, and then it's going to jump just like Red Stripe and everything else. So it's just waiting to see. I want to say I even thought Justin had Rainbow sitting there now, which he probably has about everything anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So
didn't he produce a Rainbow this year?
I think he does have Rainbow.
I'm pretty sure he has Rainbow. I don't know if he's made any clutches. I need to be on that VIP list. That would just to see some of the stuff these guys are producing. Levance only gives you a sneak peek at what he does. These guys are producing stuff that is amazing. And just to think it's like, well, I guess that's a $200 snake I got. It's just man.
Meanwhile, he's making house buying clutches.
Yeah, it's when you walk up there and you see all those NFSs, it's like, well, that's a house to some of us.
Yeah, right.
That's an investment, and that's a true statement. A lot of people call them investment snakes, and it is because $20,000 or $40,000 around anywhere we live, you can go buy a house, and that's an investment. And these guys are sitting with 5 of them. There's 5 of them in a rack right next to each other.
Plan to follow that purchase.
And just seeing these guys like Ozzy and all these guys, having good mentors was a big thing. I've had, Nate was in it before I was. Will came in, I think a little bit after we did. We were talking to Nate. I'd go to St. Louis and I'd go to the auctions and, go to the in-area RBC auction, and I bought a couple snakes, and then I get back to the hotel and I bought a boa, got in trouble for having a boa. I messaged Will. I was like, hey, can't have this boa. You got anybody wants it? And he was at my house by the time I got home, and his boss took it or something. And it was like, having these guys local makes it, if I need help, I'm no craftsman. The stuff Nate can build with his hands is amazing. He's built every single one of my rat racks.
Right.
And, actually most of them are his for his breeding purposes, and I repurpose them for me. So I think we've got 150 tubs of rats going, and that's a long Wednesday. Every Wednesday I'm off at work at the post office. I'm out cleaning rats out there. So it's a lot, but it pays for it. In the long run, my $500, $600, $700 food bill I'd have every week, I pay now. And, the money, what I sell the rats for, that pays for the rat food. So it's just a lot of work, but it's worth it. It's, my snakes all eat good. I try and do what I can to keep them going. So, but it was also a learning process. I wasn't good at the whole keeping track of when I built the clutch or built the litters of rats and changing them out every 6-7 months. So now I'm starting to figure that out.
I'm just barely getting there as of yesterday. I'm like, I really got to start doing this now.
It's, and what I've done is I got little metal tags on each one of them now, and it says what month I built this rack. And right now I'm getting ready. So this week tomorrow I'm going to build, I think it's 10 more colonies of rats. And I'm going to write down when I did it. 8 months later, those all get cold off. So we'll breed them for 8 months and switch them out. So now it's getting all them racks into that same system. So I'm continuously making new stuff. So, but it's definitely worth it. And that's where Nate jumped into ASS, and man, he is producing crazy amounts of ASS now.
Yeah. So, if you get your ASS down in, you can, like Justin from Pressure Pythons, the other guy that comes on with us occasionally, he gets them going, and he's just picking these things up, and they're like spaghetti noodles. They're like just falling from his hands, and he's like, "This is a week's worth."
Yeah,
he's producing that a week. I'm like, that's like 200-300 ASFs.
well, and as long as you keep track of your colonies, they'll just keep producing. Like Natal message, every 3 or 4 months he changes them out, new colony, and he is producing so many. I don't know what he's going to do with them. There is a lot.
There's a lot of people out there looking for, like, you know how many people that don't have a good rat guy near them. I'm lucky. Like, I have one of the coolest rat guys there is. I mean, CR Reptiles, he's at the local Pennsylvania shows. Chris Robinson, he's been doing it for 20 years, and he started the same thing like 20 years ago, something to feed his snakes, and he wants his snakes to eat the best food. And I get them for $2 a piece because that's where I go to him. So he gives me a hell of a deal. I don't have to breed rats because of him.
If you can get them for $2, it's crazy. Right now, my pet shop, he was talking to us about it, and just to buy them to resell them, it's $6 now, $7, and they want to double the price. It's like $12 for a small rat.
Damn. Right. The lady, I'm glad I'm breeding my own rats now, but the lady I was going to, she was charging me $6.25, and it didn't matter if it was a small or a pinky, and then like she would charge me that much. So to feed all mine was just crazy, and then if it was a medium or large, then it went up from there. But I was paying $6.25 for a pinky and a hopper.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That absolutely controls on how much you're buying. Mm-hmm. That also controls how much your snakes are eating.
Yep.
If that girl's building and she wants 2 or 3 rats, sorry, but you're getting one because I can't afford to. That's a lot of money. 100 snakes. Just thinking 100 snakes, that's $600 a week. And I'm on the mutation creation thing. I do every other week. Always have. And once I started doing that, my snakes, the poops are smaller. They're digesting it. All my girls are big. So I've been a firm believer on that.
Yeah.
So, I just started doing that, and because I buy my rats. I mean, they're cheap. But I don't know. I don't really see a difference in their, like, they aren't hungry this week. I didn't feed them last week. They're not like looking. They're doing the same thing that they always do. You know what I mean? Like, that sneaky dog will eat. I mean, I kind of like it.
Yeah, and then whenever they're hungry. They're going to let you know. They're going to be at the front of that tub, and they're going to take. And you know what? And then they're going to digest it, and they're happy. And then they're building. So,
Good.
I've done that with all my big ones. My smaller snakes, the show snakes that we're going to take, we're trying to do them once every 3 to 5 days, give them a hopper mouth. And one of the biggest things I do is I try and vary their food. I'll start them out, with their hopper mice, and then I'll give them a rat pup, and then I'll give them a rat pup, and then I'll go back to a mouse. I'll go back and forth. So they're getting both of everything. If I got some extra ASFs, I'll throw them some ASFs. And I keep track of everything. Bob Vu sent me. I was watching one of his lives one day, and he just showed one of his little cards he keeps with all of his snakes, and it showed his follicles and what he feeds all of his snakes and stuff like that. So I've copied all 3 of his cards that he had made, and I went out and made them too. And it just makes it so when I sell a snake to you, I can give you this. It has its date of birth, who the mom and dad are, the names, what food, and I keep track of. Once it eats about 10 or so, if I miss a couple writing of them down, but it keeps track of everything, and my customers have loved it since then.
Yeah, it is kind of nice to sit there and get like just a printed out sheet and shows you that snake's life before you got it. I've gotten a couple printouts with the snakes that I bought that just Fred and AJ from F&A Balls, they give you a printout, and it's just everything to do with the snake and their handling, from cutting it out the egg to putting it in a box.
Yep. We're real big on that. I use Husbandry Pro. I've been on Husbandry Pro, I want to say probably within 6 months of them starting. And every one of our snakes is in it, from incubation to when we convert it to convert it to an animal to when I sell it. So if I find somebody that has Husbandry Pro and they buy it off me, I can send them all the information from every food, everything it's ever had. So it's yeah, $8 for a hopper mouse. You know, my pet shop will give them to me for $1. You know, it helps a lot having those people. But he's also, my local pet shop also takes care of all my wholesale stuff. You know, and you know, we help him out as much as we can. And he'll message me, hey, what do you got? And it helps because I don't want to take deli cups to shows anymore. That's one of my biggest things. I want to, if it doesn't fit my display cases, I don't want to take it. You know, I want it to look good when we show up. Those tables are too much money to sit there full of deli cups right now.
Right.
And I think right now with everybody's realized that you have to look more professional. And we've done our best with, I've got a 10-foot banner that goes behind us now. We do our shirts. I have an 18-year-old kid local that makes my shirts, you know, and I think he started when he was 16. Slater's Tees, he's on Instagram. They print and do everything, him and his mom. So all my business cards are local. Everything we do has been local, and we try, like our pet food or our rat food, it's all local based. You know, we buy it all from them. So I try my best to keep everything within reason for us around here.
Yeah.
I just saw Will.
That's what I tell people when they ask, like around here, like if I sell them a snake, they ask about, well, how do you feed your snakes? And then, well, you could breed them if you want. And I tell them about breeding option. And they're like, well, where do you buy the food? And I say go to your local mills. I mean, you could get, I feel, a better quality. And, you know, it's supporting a local business. You can get a higher protein if you want. A lot of people I know use a lamb feed or a sheep feed for their snake or their rodents just because it has higher protein.
Yeah, we do I think it's a goat or sheep feed. It's like a little mixture. It looks like spaghetti noodles. We'll throw that in as a treat. You know, we'll just pour it on the top and it'll fall through. You know, I've got to the point now where we have a tub outside. We'll tell people, hey, we're taking anybody, if you got expired cereals or breads or anything like that, bring it by, throw it in this thing. We'll feed it off. The local food food distribution place that helps, you know, the people in need, you know, they'll get expired stuff and they'll leave it outside and tell us to come get it. And right now I've been picking up pumpkins.
Fruits, vegetables, pumpkins. Yeah, they'll eat that stuff.
I went to our local cheeseburger place that everybody loves, and they messaged me and they're like, "Hey, we got 15 pumpkins. Come get them." I drove my mail car home that night, threw them all in the back, and we've been had the kids out busting them, and we'll throw them in there and they eat them.
Nice.
So
that's a nice little energy spender. Bust them pumpkins up. Here's a hammer, one at a time. Don't hit each other.
Don't hit each other. That was who's going to get hurt first is the question. So
yeah, right.
You know, and just being resourceful. If you have access to stuff, use it. You know, we've kept, you know, for everybody around here, we try our best to. We definitely try our best not to push people to PetSmart. We have a local town pet shop. Go to him. Exactly. He's got some of the cool. He's got lychees in stock now. He's got a caiman lizard in stock. You know, and just pushing them to go to visit them. And quit giving your money to the big box store. So
exactly.
And we're having fun with this. And, you know, I'll help people out, you know, as much as I can. We'll help anybody out. You know, if you need a deal, we're going to do what we can to give you a deal.
Exactly. If you want this snake bad enough, we'll get you there.
Throw us a price. You know, we'll find something for you.
Right.
You guys were asking about Amish Will.
Yeah, so, like how Amish Will get his name? Now this is one of the sponsors, so if you start talking bad about him, I'm going to mute you.
So Will is from Arthur, Illinois, full-blown Amish community. You know, Will could be Amish, and I've told him before. I said you need to play this up. You know, dress as an Amish guy, come to a show, and he says, "Man, I don't want to disrespect anybody," but Will is from Amish. Like he should be riding a horse and buggy to these shows.
I have Amish neighbors, so I'm in Pennsylvania, and they're Amish all around me. So I mean, I understand his dilemma.
Will might be part related to them. You never know. If you
Hey,
see
there's
Will,
nothing wrong with the Amish. I mean, they got great food.
if you see Will out there carrying one of their barns, just tell him that.
I mean, do you ever see that? I mean, there's like 200-300 guys carrying a barn.
Oh yeah, they do that local to us. It's nuts. They'll move a whole house.
Why? Why not just put some wheels on it?
I think isn't it tradition. I think though. I think that's why they do it.
Okay, but screw that.
How many guys are like, my knees hurt the next day?
I mean, didn't caveman even be like, work smarter, not harder? I mean, we evolved from using rocks. I mean, no, we're past that. We don't need to use knees and backs.
Well, I think cavemen had wheels on carts. They started building wheels out of rock.
Yeah.
So a lot of people with that whole batter up thing. For Tinley this year, we donated a wood bat I had custom made by one of my bat guys, and he had a wood bat, had Tinley 2024. We donated that and we had it autographed. Lori Barczyk, Justin, Levance, West. We had everybody sign that thing, and it didn't do much. So this year, I think I'm going to hand carve one. It might end up looking like a caveman bat, though. I don't know how well it's going to turn out, but I think it'd be kind of fun.
You know what I think about doing? Like, because we go to Daytona and we meet up every year at Daytona. I'm thinking about taking Jello shots because they bidded them Jello shots up so high last time, and I can make some really good Jello shots. Like, that is one of my hidden secrets. I call it so good it's a talent. Like, I can make some really good Jello shots, and in the first year, if I make them, someone's gonna be like, "Wow, these are the best ever." So that second year, I think it could really drive some money.
The stuff like the crocheted stuff and the stuff that you see at these auctions is crazy. And I take my son with me. He'll go there, and I'm like, hey, he's got his headphones on. He's sitting in the chair, watching he's watching, but he can't hear what's all going on. But it's fun. That's actually where I got my Wookiee boy. I got my Wookiee clown from Brad Boa in the live auction at Tinley, and I knew I was going to get in trouble because it was like, I knew I wanted that snake, but I didn't know how high it was going to go.
Right.
So when they announced that that's what's going up, I got up out of my chair and started walking around and another corner, come back, and I get the look, and I'm smiling. I'm like, yeah, I bought something. And then I had to tell what it was and how much we spent on it. And I think I left that Tinley spending at the auction over $2,000. So it's that auction gets me.
Yeah.
So I want to say Amish Will and Nate, they sat at the auction about that. There's a 1.1 pair of pet monsoons this year at it. Right. And man, I don't even know what they paid. I left. We went to the Bomb Project's Patreon dinner, and man, I know I think they won it. So I don't know what they paid for, but monsoon right now, wow.
Monsoon's bringing in some money. I mean, they're still well over $10,000 for a visual.
Yep.
Well, Justin's probably already got a Cosmos red stripe monsoon sitting there.
I would just like to see what really excites him the most. Like, if you could ask him and get an honest answer, like, what snake do you have that just makes you smile the biggest when you open that drawer? And I would like to see what he gives you or shows you.
I would like to see that with any of them. Bob, Bob and them are all making crazy snakes.
They all make stuff that they don't show for sure.
Yeah, well, they've got their hidden shops right now. It's like, oh, I do have this other place. It's like, man, there's some of us, we're in a 10 by 10 room. You guys have got extra places.
Right.
Bob's
codes and stuff.
The Bob's, man, I'll tell you what, his place is beautiful. His is one of those dream, places.
Right.
So I don't even know how he keeps the light bill on in that place. That's more than probably some people's houses. So
Right? It's like running Christmas lights all year round.
yeah, and like Billy, I'd love to make one of those. I've tried talking Will and Nate into it. I want to go up to Canada and just see the Will Morrow's place or see Billy's place.
Hello, Joe.
That'd be nice.
But
Right.
it's just crazy seeing some of the, and most of these people have made this all off of snakes. What's that tell you? Are we in a bad market? Or
I think that day's gone. I don't think that there's too many for one person to get that big. And that's how I feel about it.
I think it's going to be hard to be a Justin or a
Yeah.
or a Bob or a Levance or any of those. But I think like the guys like Leviathan, just being in this market, being in the social media side of it, that has built Leviathan. He's just the videos he can make, and Perk Collectors Mike, look at what he's done, and he's only been in it since about the same time, 2020.
Yeah.
These guys are all building, and is it necessarily off their snakes, or is it more off of what they can do on the social media side?
I think there's definitely a social media side that's leading some of these people, like the Wiz Key Network, Wiz Constrictors and Keys Constrictors. I mean, them guys pulling it together just blew both of them up. I mean, not like they wasn't blown up already, but
Well, look what they just did for Bosa.
Yeah.
Was that 3 weeks ago? I think we raised. I donated some snakes. F&A actually won my snake, and I think I thought I heard $13,000. It's over 10, but in one night or 2 nights. They had so much stuff they had to do it in 2 nights instead of 1.
Yeah, what did we raise for Stan? We did like 20,000, like a little over 20,000 for Stan at the beginning of the year.
I want to say it was 2023, something like that.
Yeah, between the 3 auctions, but like I got one coming up where we're doing an auction for Josh this weekend, and I have like 21 items to auction off, and like it always happens. Like when you start, people says, "Hey, I want to donate this. I want to donate this," and if you have the resources just to keep that going, like you can have a whole other day out of it. I mean,
exactly.
Well, I just hope we raise enough to just fix his air conditioner, get it back to the way it was before the flood. I mean, if we can do that, I'd be happy.
Josh is in everybody's podcast. He's just like Bosa. They're there to cheer everybody on. I remember one night there was an auction, and I want to say, I bid like $50 on something, and Josh is like, "Hey, I ain't letting nothing go for under $100."
Right.
Up it goes. These guys are, they're always involved, and that's where I think it's getting their names out and us out there helping them. I've donated, I don't know how many snakes. We're doing it for a good cause. Yep. But it also shows you those people are out there donating this money and buying this stuff. Also, there's money still out there.
Yeah.
It's just, are we getting it out from them?
We love you too, brother.
So count me in. I'll throw something in for that. It's as little as
what it is. We'll get it on there.
Yeah, it's people. If you're donating a shirt, when I go to a show, I sell my shirts for what I pay for them. I don't care. It's somebody's wearing it. But if you donate a shirt and it gets $50, that's 50 more bucks that guy didn't have.
Exactly. I think the cheapest I've seen a shirt go for is $40. Like, and it's well over what you could have paid for it. Like, they're usually $25, but it'll go up to 40 because someone wants to pay a little more, and that's cool. I mean, it's for a good cause. What's up, Wow?
I see Amish Will buying half of those shirts. He bids on dang near everybody's shirt.
Yeah, he does. I'll agree with that. We're almost at an hour. We're going to start wrapping this up, but I do have one question for you. It's what we ask everybody, but if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I would say speed. I like, I'll challenge anybody to a race. I'll challenge my 12-year-old to a race. I don't care, but I just want to be faster. I'm a race guy. I love racing. I raced Hayabusa for 5 years now, 5 years until my son was a little bit older, but I want to be fast.
You can get that mail route done real quick with like flash speed. I mean,
Right.
The bad part is I'm always listening to podcasts. I am probably one of the slowest guys on the mail route. I just cruise. I don't get paid to go out there and tear up my car. I got to provide that thing. So
right.
I'm cruising, but then when I leave there, I got a Camaro SS. I drive home. I'm like, all right, I can get on it. No, never mind. I'll go slow again. But I'm always got a podcast on, so it keeps me busy.
Yeah.
That's what's up, F&A. Fred and AJ, good guys over there for sure.
Definitely.
All right, we're going to wrap things up. Vance, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, everybody, Thanksgiving's coming up, so enjoy that. Have a good one with your friends, family, and eat all you can, and stay safe.
Well, Thursday, that's Thanksgiving's, and if you wanted to do the show Thursday, you can. I mean, we could skip it, or we could do it. I mean, it's up to you.
I got the link up.
All right, well, we're doing it. RWO is on Thursday this week on Vance's channel.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you said that.
Who's going to fall asleep first?
If I don't get a nap before that, I'm going to be napping while it's on. I'll be on there like.
You don't look like
Chandler says. You eat some turkey and take a nap.
You don't look like Will on Hair Down Fridays.
Right.
Too much green tea for him. All right. So, Aaron, you want to let everyone know where they could find you at? Like, I'm sure you're on Instagram and whatever.
We're on Batter Up Balls on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Morph Market. That's one of the ones I'm trying. I just bought my light box finally. So I'm trying to get that worked on more. This weekend, this Sunday, we'll be at the Show Me St. Louis show. Next week, we'll be at the Terre Haute Exotic show. We're going to be following the Show Me shows around a little bit more. As of right now, we're planning on doing the Schaumburg and the St. Louis show next year for NARBC. So hopefully, as long as we keep laying eggs and keep hatching stuff, we'll be at shows, and we're always about talking to people. Send us a message. We're having fun. It's a lot of fun. Get the kids involved. If you want to come and learn, you can help me scoop some rat trays. I'm always looking for some help there.
You're in that area, go help a man out.
Yeah, definitely.
That smell gets terrible sometimes. He wants to share it.
Get some good exhaust fans. That was one thing. We didn't use air conditioning this year. We were able to get away with just opening the garage doors.
Nice.
So you got to get that air. If you got airflow, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
shout out to all our sponsors: Big D's Pythons and Geckos, Amish Will at 217 Pythons, RTI, the Chipper, Chris from BNS, Static Morse. I almost forgot Static Morse and RTI. Oh shit, Vance, we didn't give away the shed test again.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe next week will be a double. I gotta quit forgetting.
I got a whole box of them right now for that rainbow. We're waiting on it to get. Somebody's gonna find it, and we got a whole box waiting for it.
Box waiting for it. I don't know if you do talk to like Ben from RTI and you send them a shit ton of rainbows, they could possibly work on it. I don't know the logistics of it, but they, if they're working on it, or Charlie. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Charlie either. You know what I mean? But
Charlie's got a lot
working on it. Send them.
Yep, Charlie's had all the visuals, and he's working on it. But I tried catching Ben at the St. Louis show, but man, he was so busy running around. I never got to talk to him. But
that's the only problem I see with RGIs. Those people are busy. All of them. They're all just busy all the time, and it takes a couple of days for them to get back to you. But they do. They usually do. They're good at it, but they're just busy. They're slumped. But I mean, I guess that's a good thing.
They're making money. Yep. And there's money. There's money in the market. You just
exactly.
Find your niche.
Yeah, find your niche, and then just do it.
Yep.
We'll see you Thursday on Vance's channel. Thanks for stopping out, guys. Appreciate your time as well. We'll see you next week.
Have a good one, guys.